Third draw in a row, but things suddenly seem to be coming together a little bit today.
Well, as they do in pre-season, you know, we was just 10, 12 days into the season, and some days you don't prepare for a game because you're working them hard, and the game is just part of your training process. And in other games you take a little bit more seriously as you get into it, and you give them a bit more of a break so they've got their legs, sort of thing. And we were really pleased with the group today, really pleased, because they really worked hard. They tried to play our game, and other than the first 10 minutes where we couldn't get the ball off them, we showed that we've mixed the new with the old, if you like, and we're still mixing and matching. There wasn't a first team out there yet, but we was as pleased as we can be at this stage with the ones that we know, and obviously quite pleased with the ones that we don't know.
Now, Andy Welsh got a bit of a knock in close to half time there. Is he okay?
Well, he's okay, but he's got a few stitches in his head, which is quite a nasty cut, actually.
Yeah.
But it was indicative of how the boys were playing. You know, this is a pre-season friendly, but there's some boys out there trying to earn a contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so they were trying hard, and I felt that made for a good game, because I thought, Reading obviously had their first team out there early on, or their best, what they class as their best team at the moment, and then they brought on the kids that they feel are really top quality kids, under 21s. Nigel was telling me that they've got high hopes for them. So I was pleased with our second half team as well, for the effort that they put in, and obviously getting the goal. I didn't think we deserved to lose, so in that way it was a good game, and I'll be going home pretty satisfied that it's been a couple of weeks well spent, because we worked hard in explaining what we're after, and we deserve a bit of a break until Monday.
Now, you're obviously utilising the alphabet quite well these days with trying to say B, C and D. Obviously, without giving too much away, were you pleased with their performances?
I was, actually. I was pleased with A. I thought it did very well, and B done all right, and C and D will be getting another chance. So all four of them we'll be talking to, and seeing what their situation is, and just maybe keeping them around. We can't make a decision this quick, but certainly they've done themselves no harm, and maybe we'll surprise people and put their real names in next week.
And what about Andy Welsh and Simon Gillette? I mean, obviously Andy, I suppose, is a bit of a setback in that he's cut his head and that.
Yeah, well, they're two lads that are good footballers, and they obviously Andy couldn't last any longer than the half because of his head, but Simon hasn't played for a little while, and obviously been training on his own, and so he did well to last an hour or so, and we were pleased with him. I know him well, and I think there's parts of his game that I can help with, and but he's a good footballer, and they both are. So we wanted to give them the opportunity to show us that they still can be a part of a Division 1 winning group.
Now we're gradually sort of moving up the standards. We started off with I don't know what league that Frome are in, but we came through Conference, League 2, and now we've got the Championship. I mean, we're back down to Conference again, aren't we, on Tuesday?
Well, we struggle in the Southern League and the Conference by the way we played against Torquay and Basingstoke.
Yeah.
But that always happens. And you really are mixing and matching, and there's people come and go, and pitches are different as well, of course. Not blaming that, because I didn't think we played very well in those two games, as I said. But there are little things that you pick up, and then the boys, in them not playing so well, you're able to get into them a little bit during the training, and get them focused and concentrating a little bit more on the game that we're looking for, and that's exactly what they've done today. And our back line was perfect, both back lines, as far as moving up the pitch and being together. It was a lot more together this game against a decent team that could open you up if you're not organised and you're not in those defensive lines. Created chances as well, because we were solid. We ended up picking up the ball high up the pitch by taking it off them, putting them under pressure, nicking the ball and getting an opportunity. So our game came out today. It came out, and we hadn't seen it before, but we're never quite sure when it comes out. But hopefully our supporters have seen most of their first impressions of most of our boys would have been good. I don't think anyone's let himself down today.
And more of the same on Tuesday then?
Yeah, well, it's another game. You know, it's Bristol Rovers, and we look to win every game. But you know, we sort of go back to the conference, although I don't class Bristol Rovers as a conference team, and I'm sure they've still got a lot of league players in their mix. But it's a local derby, and it's another local derbies that I like pre-season because that hots it up a bit as well, and it becomes nice and competitive. And I don't know when the last time Bristol Rovers were down here, but I'm looking forward to the game.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
The keeper did well, didn't he?
He's a good keeper, John. He's you know, he was young at Exeter, and we've probably reaped the rewards, we hope, of the work that they've done with him as well. Mm-hmm. And you know, due to the situation of their finances and things, then you know, we had the opportunity to take him, and we've been keeping an eye on him. And you know, we think we got two good goalkeepers. One that's experienced enough. You know, he's had 100 odd games now for Exeter, and obviously Wheelie, we know we can rely on. You know, he'll play the next game and show us what he can do.
Why did you hold Nugent back today?
No, we didn't hold him back. He was playing, he was starting, but he just went over on an ankle injury that he had a week ago. So he was desperate to play, but the physios felt that it was better to leave him a few more days rather than, you know, he's one of them lads that will play with a broken leg. Yeah. And so, you know, we had to pull him out, but he understood in the end, and he'll be pleased about that the next game he plays when he knows he's fitter than he would have been if he'd have played today.
And Gillett, he was with Nottingham Forest, wasn't
he? Yeah, Simon Gillett was with Nottingham Forest. He was with Doncaster Rovers.
Which is his last club?
His last club was Bristol City.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Sean O'Driscoll took him to Bristol, and you know, we needed that type of player today, so we gave him an opportunity to show us what he could do.
Might you take it further?
Well, if he you know, wants to stick around for a little while longer, I'm sure you know, he'll get that opportunity to keep impressing at the moment. You know, we won't make that decision after a day and a bit. You know, he's only trained once and played once, but of course I know him very well. He's not a young lad. He's been around. He's played against my teams many times, and I think he's still got something. Not to prove, but he's got something in there that can help someone, and it could be us.
And there's no way we're going to get the name of Trialist B out of you?
I don't know which one was Trialist B, which one was that?
The goal.
Oh, was he? Okay, no, not really. I think you know, we do it for a reason, and I'm sure his wife knows who he is. She's the only one that matters. And
he speaks French, and we know that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does speak French. But
he knows where De Gaulle is.
Yeah, so that's right. Well, that narrows it down to about 25 million.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks,
no problem.